Hello and welcome to The Book Was Better, where we're fixing today's movies one book at a time. As we wrap up November with Michael Crichton month, we take a look at another one of his movies based on the deep-sea thriller Sphere.
But it's December!
Shut up! Sphere is one of those stories where placement is everything. Like John Carpenter's The Thing, in order to create a thrilling setting, it needed to be cut off from the rest of the world. Though where The Thing uses a more realistic setting, Sphere uses a more sci-fi setting. This is fine, since it allows the story to take more liberties, like using a black hole for time travel or keeping the expedition team completely isolated from any help that could come to save them if something went wrong. However, just like Timeline, Sphere was not well received. Both have a 12% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and both cost nearly the same to make at over $80 million. The poorly paced trailer probably didn't help either. So, how much worse than Timeline can it be? Let's find out with Sphere. The movie gets the ball rolling not with an exposition dump, but with dialogue. That's actually a welcome change to what I normally sit through in this show, but it looks like the movie's trying to recapture the success of Jurassic Park. Our hero, Norman Goodman, is a psychologist being brought into a plane crash in the Pacific Ocean to console the survivors. Or so he thinks.
What did I tell him? I told him I was here to see the plane crash. That's my job.
Plane crash. Good.
There was no plane crash.
Spacecraft.
It turns out that a small team of specialists was brought together because of a bullshit government report that Norman put together years ago.
Okay.
It's a bogus report.
What? Did you tell Barnes?
No, you can't do that. That's fraud.
Well, why didn't you just say no?
$35,000. Paid the down payment on my house.
A government report that's completely made up? Poppycock! That would never happen! I dare you to find me 3 good examples of that ever happening! We get to see the specialists that the Navy is bringing in to investigate. We meet Norman, our psychologist, Ted, our astrophysicist, Beth, our biochemist, and Samuel L. Jackson playing Harry the mathematician.
Well, I gotta say, I resent this briefing very much.
He's sick of this motherfucking briefing on this mother... But come on, the joke's right there! Just let me do one... Fine. Stupid alarm. Since the spaceship is believed to be of alien origin, the team is sent down to live in an undersea habitat for a few days to study it and see if they can learn anything from it.
Physical protocols start in half an hour.
You wear glasses all the time?
I just started wearing these. Why are the glasses a problem?
Hey, glasses are cool. We begin the descent and we get to see the spaceship, as well as the deep sea habitat, but before the team can see it, they have to go through decompression, which Barnes doesn't have to go through for some reason.
Oxygen is a corrosive gas in the same family as fluorine and chlorine. Hydrochloric acid, hydrofluoric acid. Essentially, that's why we're breathing helium down here, because oxygen at any level higher than 2.3 becomes toxic. I love a yellow brick road.
Okay, that is pretty funny.
Can you run that by me again, Ted? I don't speak balloon.
Down with the oxygen breathers! We shall go Don Hertzfeld on their asses and force them to work in the helium mines! We shall... Oh no. No, not the knife! Not the knife! No!
Moving on. The movie wastes no time in sending the team across the ocean floor to investigate the spaceship.
Oh my god.
Wait, is that dust on her faceplate? They look like they just took the helmets out of the prop closet. You really couldn't clean them first? Alright, but aside from that, we're treated to a minimalistic set that demonstrates the depth and wonder of the ocean.
You know, the most toxic creatures on Earth live down here. The venom of a land animal is nothing by comparison.
Fuck the ocean! But the team presses onwards to the alien ship, where something mysteriously opens the door for them.
Anybody else wonder who the hell opened that door?
That's a good question. Was it a surviving alien? A machine? Shoddy craftsmanship? No, we don't need to answer plot holes like that. It just adds to the suspense. However, a quick tour of the spaceship reveals several strange discoveries to the team, like how black holes have tornadoes in them, or how the ship is actually an American ship that traveled back in time. But most importantly, they come across a mysterious sphere in the ship's cargo bay. They have no idea who built it, where it came from, or even what it is.
No doors, no hinges of any kind.
I'll bet you if you put a laser micrometer on this thing, you'd find out it was a perfect sphere.
Can I ask you something about this reflective surface? Yeah, it appears to be mercury, doesn't it? Except mercury's liquid at this temperature.
Also, mercury is silver, not gold. You can see why they brought Barnes as a military man and not a scientist.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. What worries me is that it's reflecting everything but us.
That's actually a pretty good line. And in fact, Norman gets a lot of good lines.
I hate to be the one non-scientist that picks this up, guys.
What happens if Jerry gets mad?
You a religious man, Norman?
Atheist, but I'm flexible.
But there's a storm forming that threatens to sink the entire naval fleet, so the expedition team has to get back to the surface and leave as quickly as possible. So, let me see if I get this straight. The Navy spent millions of dollars building Sealab 2021, training new personnel and these new civilians, all in the hopes of meeting new aliens and new technology, and no one bothered to check the Weather Channel? They've been under the ocean for a day, maybe two. Plenty of time to see a storm coming. Forget Crichton being anti-technology, I think it was anti-storm. Just look at how often they screw things up in his stories. But Harry's curiosity outweighs how much he wants to leave before the storm. The others head for the escape sub, but Harry heads for the sphere, where he figures out how to get inside of it. Norman goes after him, concerned for a friend at risk.
What the hell?
What, is that it? A man just teleports in front of you and you act like it's nothing?
When I was in preschool.
I'm back!
Yeah, you know, it's been...
Hoffman's performance during the movie is usually pretty spot on, but he really could add a little tension in his voice here.
What the hell?
Come on, I just teleported here. It's impressive.
Since Barnes refuses to leave anyone behind, the entire team and a few military personnel are all stuck on the bottom of the ocean until the storm passes and a ship can pick them up for decompression. Harry takes a long nap while the rest of the team goes about their business, monitoring the station, transferring surveillance tapes, intercepting alien code. You know, the usual. But there's some good news as Harry rejoins the group, and he is a hungry man.
Go, Harry. Whoa! Little onion rings.
No,
Look at that.
it's not onion rings.
Mm-hmm. Good, though.
Guess what it is?
What?
Calamari.
I hate squid.
He's had it with this motherfucking squid on this motherfuck... Damn it! The alien code comes back again, flooding the station's entire system. Harry and Ted work together, figuring out how the code works and decipher it.
Friends, in the 8,000 years of recorded history, this is a first.
Okay, ask him for his last name.
What?
I'm not putting in my report that I lost a crew member on a deep sat expedition to find an alien named Jerry.
Now, it's not that they screwed the scene up, it's just a difficulty of the medium. This works better in the book because the readers are given the code and have a chance to figure it out for themselves, which makes the twist later on all the more better. Things grow tense in the habitat as stress builds. The team lashes out at one another. Queen Latifah gets killed by jellyfish. Yes, you heard that right. Oh yeah, and a giant squid comes in to crush the habitat.
Ted, do you hear me? Yeah! You've got to increase the positive air pressure and drive the water out. Do you understand that?
Increase the pressure! But then use the air supply!
This results in Ted ending up like a roasted marshmallow and Barnes getting crushed in half. Well, this is familiar. Alright, there are a lot of ways for people to get killed in movies, but this has happened twice in less than 10 episodes. I'm starting a list. Characters who get killed by doors. 2.